heavily here. Listen, I'm sitting in my car. It's Monday morning, and I was thinking about a topic that is in the news today. And they're talking about a mother who is brain dead. I forget her name, but y'all know her name. They're saying that she's brain dead, but they want to keep the child um, or the lady alive long enough to deliver the child as long as possible. Again, there's three sides to every story. I want to say that I think, and you got to follow the laws, but I think that every situation should be individualized. For example, the mother is like 30 something years old, but at the time of the death, her brain death, she was at 8, 9 weeks, right? If you do the research, it's very unlikely that they can save the child long enough to be a viable person, maybe have cerebral palsy, all these different kind of things that you have to consider. Now, the story says that it's a great emotional and financial strain on the family. And then you have to consider what I've been talking about again. They're considering cutting Medicaid and Medicare that may affect the treatment of the baby if the baby is born with some kind of medical issues. The question is, and I don't answer any questions, I always just put out the information. If it were you, should you be required? And think about this. And initially when I thought about it, the lady is brain dead. She does not know what's going on, so she cannot make a decision for herself, but her family can. If the lady had been 26 weeks, 28 weeks, even longer, then there would have been a greater chance that they can keep the baby alive. You know what I'm saying? And have a natural and have a birth that the baby could be viable. But the studies are showing that at 9 weeks, if you're in the first trimester, it's very unlikely that you can have a full term, and it's very unlikely under 23 weeks that the baby will be born without some kind of medical issues. Should the world decide, should the government decide that for the people, or should it be individualized? I'm asking a question, I'm not making an answer. Should it be the government that decides for the family that has to take care of this child? Emotional strain, financial strain, and chances are the baby could not make it or make it, or most likely, based on literature, the baby may have medical issues. What y'all think? Help me with that, because I don't know. Okay, if I didn't have all the information, if the information wasn't there, and I said, you know what, the lady is pregnant, she's brain dead, and they're saying they want to save the baby. To me, initially, I would say, yeah, save the baby. The baby, you know what I mean? The baby's already there. Save the baby if you can't save the baby. But what you're missing is, according to the literature that I read, the lady was brain dead in the first trimester, which leads the literature to believe, based on medical knowledge, nothing's 100%, and medicine is never an exact science, but based on the history, they're not going to be able to sustain this life for 23 weeks to give this baby a fighting chance to be born without a whole lot of medical issues. Should it be up to the government? Is this a free country? Should it be up to the government to determine that? Or should it be up to the people that's going to have to take care of the baby? And then you got to consider that they're trying to cut Medicaid. So I don't know their financial situation, but they're saying financial strain and emotional strain is a big thing. To watch your daughter not be able to have uh, uh, a finalization of her death, to hold on to as long as you can to give the baby a chance. But the medical history is saying that the baby probably, and God is real. That's why I say you can't make the decision for anybody. But should it be up to someone else, or should it be up to the family? Question out there. Y'all put it in the chat. I'd like to talk about it. I don't know all the answers. I'm just putting the questions out there. And y'all tell me what y'all think, because I've been thinking about this. I'm sitting in my car. I'm sitting in my car. I need to go into work. My first patient probably there. But I just wanted to come in and talk to y'all, and y'all tell me what y'all think about that. And do your research. Don't take my word for it. I'm reading up on it, and they're saying the lady was in her first trimester. If you look at the medical facts, they're saying that most likely in the first trimester, they cannot get a full term birth. And if they get her up to 23 weeks, which is okay to deliver, there's still a great chance that some medical issues will be there. Question. I don't know. God is real. You could believe in, say, God, it's going to take care of that baby and make sure she's strong and healthy. And he could. I don't know. But is this to help the family, or is this to prove a fact, or put pressure on, I don't know, on the law? Is this a free country? Do we have freedom of speech? I think we got freedom ain't free. Anyway, I got to go to work. I just wanted to bring y'all that. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the questions, and I will respond to them. But think about it. That's a situation that's unprecedented, and we don't know all the answers. But just like with anything else, I don't know. I think maybe it should be up to the family. I don't know. All right, y'all talk to me later. And it's very sad, and my heart is goes out to the family and everybody involved. But it's a situation that sometimes there is a crack in a law that makes it seem like all laws should not be so definite. It should be case by case, possibly. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Very sad. Uh, my heart goes out to the family again. Um, yeah, yeah. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye bye.